here we go. We're out on the road. It's a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to look at a few jobs. One of them is, they're all stumping and grinding jobs. Typically, we do all the pulling of the stumps, but all three of these jobs, the stumps are going to be pulled, and we had a guy there on the first job I'll show you. He's been there for about a week or so, sharing up stumps. I'm pretty sure he's got it all done. It was kind of slow going because everything was frozen solid. The guys that pulled the stumps, they didn't really clean them up too much. They just kind of yanked them out of the ground and piled them up. So we've had like really cold weather here the past couple weeks. It's starting to warm up now. It's today's actually Valentine's Day, and but the past couple weeks we've been struggling to even get above like the 20s. So he had a little trouble sharing them up. Just not trouble, but slow going, because all the stuff that was stuck to him was frozen solid. And anyways, we're gonna go check it out and see if he is all done. And if he is, then we're gonna move the grinder in. And coincidentally, the other two jobs are pretty much right around the corner. So the first one I'm gonna show you is, I believe, 14 acres that they stumped. The second one is 40 acres. And then the third one, I think he said it was like 12 acres worth of stumps. And that one is all stumped and sheared, but it was sheared by somebody else. And I haven't seen it yet, and I'm curious because I'd like to see how clean of a job he did, because I don't really like putting dirty stumps in the grinder if I can help it. So we're about 5 minutes out, and check back when we get there. Alright, here we are in the first job. This is it was about 14 acres, I think, right around there. Like I said, we didn't do the stumping. There's another company here doing all the site work. This is going to be a solar farm, I believe, which is kind of shameful in my eyes, but it's besides the point. So anyways, you can see the stumps that got pulled. They literally, I mean, some of them, look at it, it's just frost. I mean, they're just jam-packed full of frost and dirt, rocks, and everything else. Some pretty good sized stumps, mostly pine. Might be a few oaks and stuff like that here and there, but a lot of it's pine. So this is what it looks like when they yank them out and pile them up. And then Robbie comes in. Robbie runs the shear for the most part. He does a lot of the shearing. This is a 290 Komatsu. Big old shear on it. Robbie, a friend of mine, Ben, he always says Robbie, he could circumcise a gnat with this thing. He's real good. So this is a pile that he's already sheared up. It's pretty big. It's quite a bit here. I can tell he's done his best to shake a lot of the dirt and stuff off, but like I said, it's been real cold here. Everything's just been frozen solid, so he when he says he does his best, I know he isn't kidding. So looks pretty good to me. There's definitely still some dirt here and there, but it's not terrible considering what it was, you know. I mean, look at this stump right here. It's just, all they did was yank it out and toss it on the ground. Thing's got big old rock in it. There's a lot of rocks in it. So this is what he's been battling the past week and a half or so, just trying to clean these all up and turn it into this. So I think the plan is, the grinder's in the shop right now. It had to get a new feed chain put on it. Had the original feed chain on it from 2017 when the thing was built. So they're kind of buttoning that up now. There's a couple other little things. I'm actually going to go there this afternoon and change the teeth on it. get it ready to roll out the door. Probably, I would say Tuesday maybe. We'll bring it over here and we'll start on this pile. That's all the duff and stuff that came off. Everything he shook out. And yeah, this is a site. Like I said, I think it's 14 acres. I could be wrong, but it's right around there. A couple of big rocks over there. It's pretty nasty. You know, everything's been frozen. Now it's warming up. Everything's turning to mud. It's just kind of a crappy time of year to be doing this stuff, but it's got to be done. Can't control Mother Nature, so we just gotta make hay while the sun shines. But yeah, this is gonna be a solar farm. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of property. It's a beautiful town that it's in. I would kill to own a piece of property like this. And whoever bought it's just gonna litter it with solar panels, which is unfortunate, but especially seeing as how I don't get to see the benefits of that on my electric bill. So I thought that's how it all worked, but the more and more solar farms that go up, the higher my bill seems to go. So figure that one out. So this is it. This is the first one. Like I said, I'm just checking in. Today's Saturday, and if everything goes as planned, I should be coming here Tuesday or Wednesday to start grinding on this. I think it'll probably, judging by the size of it, it'll probably take me a day and a half, 2 days, grind this all up. It's a nice thing about shearing them. It's once they're sheared and cleaned off, you can just kind of toss them into the grinder and send them through. There's not a lot to it. It's pretty impressive what that thing can do once it gets going. So that's job number one. I'm gonna head over, actually more or less next door. It's a little bit down the road, not far, but that's at 40 acres. And the land clearing guys have been in there the past couple of weeks. I think they got most, if not all, of the trees cut down. I was there a week ago, and they were still there doing their thing, but the site guys, same company as who's here, they had started pulling stumps. They had them kind of windrowed already. So I gotta go see what kind of progress they've made over there. That one's gonna take a while. 40 acres worth of stumps. It's gonna be a lot of shearing going on over there and a lot of grinding, but it's okay. That'll float us through the rest of the month and into the next month anyways. You can see here there's a couple of big taters, some nice rock. Around here we look at rock like this and we think seawalls and jetties and stuff like that you'd build, you know, use them for building any type of seawall. Some of them are pretty nice and flat, angular. There's a lot of good rock here, but I don't know what these guys will do with them. For all I know, they're gonna bust them up and crush them, or they could just pile them up in the corner and forget about them too, seeing as how it's just gonna be a big solar farm. So yeah, so that's where we're at here. Just checking on his progress. Looks like he's doing pretty good, and we'll get in here and start grinding this stuff up shortly. So I decided to throw the drone up for this one. This is 40 acres. It's all cleared out. Trees are gone. You can see they've done a pretty nice job of windrowing all the stumps that they have pulled so far. Looking like they probably get about a third of it stumped. Somewhere along those lines. Bear with me. This is literally the second time I've ever flown this drone. First time was at my house earlier in the day, and it didn't go so well, but I think I get the hang of it now, slowly figuring it out. one thing you'll notice here as I'm flying this way, and I didn't even see it until I watched it kind of on the big screen. I didn't pick it up from my phone screen while I was flying, but you'll see in the distance there's about probably at least a dozen deer that start running away. They must have seen the drone coming or heard it. You'll see it in a minute. But yeah, this is the rest of the property that they haven't stumped yet. You can see some skidder roads where they're dragging all the trees and everything out. I mean, there's a lot left to go here. The guys doing all the site work for this project, they've been doing the stumping basically just to have something to do. And I have a feeling once things start to warm up, they're going to maybe throw in the towel on this and leave it up to us to finish. But I could be wrong. I think this is about the time you'll start to see the deer running away. Now I can't see them on this little screen. I could see it perfect on the computer screen, so we'll see how the video turns out. But this is just a quick glimpse of that 40 acres. It's 40, give or take. I forget the exact number, but it's right down the road from the last job we were on. And it's also right around the corner from the next job we're going to go to. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of stumps to be pulled, and a lot of logs and stuff still lying around. And I believe these guys are going to eventually consolidate the windrows that they have into one big pile, so that when I show up with the grinder, I can just kind of work in one area. Hopefully, we'll see. Again, bear with me as far as the drone goes. This is kind of a learning as I fly here, but I know one thing, it was a hell of a lot easier looking at it this way than walking the whole 40 acres. So there's a lot of work left to go here before we're ready for the grinder, but we'll be moving the shear in there after it finishes up on the job it's at, and he'll get started on what they do have pulled, and then we'll kind of just go from there. But right now, it's a work in progress for sure. Everything's kind of been slowed down by the weather, but we're finally getting to a point where we can start hammering this job out. So it's just a quick look here, and I'm going to be heading over to the third job to look at, which again it's about 2 miles up the road. So we'll see you when we get there. All right, here we are on the third job. This is it's right around the corner, pretty much. It's like 2 miles away or something from the big one. But like I said, this guy did his own shearing. Looks like he did a halfway decent job. I literally just pulled in here. I haven't even gotten out of the truck yet, so I don't know. I think there's some more piles around the corner somewhere, but you can just see the stuff's kind of all over the place. Another solar farm. Solar farm's taking over. It's a beautiful town, too. It's an old farming town. It's kind of a unique little town compared to this area, because it's literally, there's a lot of farms, there's a lot of open land, which you don't see a lot around here. I mean, this is where I'm at right now, where I live. They consider it cranberry country. There's a lot of cranberry bogs in the area. If you drink a glass of ocean spray cranberry juice in the morning, chances are those berries probably came from somewhere locally around here. And other than just the cranberry bogs, like I said, this town, there's just a lot of farms. It's kind of cool. When I first came around here, I was blown away. I never really even knew this town existed, honestly. It's just different to see. I mean, everything's so built up these days everywhere you go, but this is one of the few towns, and this far east in Massachusetts, at least, where you see, you know, farms and stuff like that everywhere. It's different. But yeah, as you can see, there's kind of like piles all over the place. I think that's Scott's machine. So the guy we do a lot of work with, Scott Johnson Land Clearing, he's out of, I think it's East Bridgewater. He works all over the place, but a lot of the land clearing jobs he does, where we kind of team up with him to do the stumping and grinding of the stumps, and you know, he sends all the wood off and sells the wood or whatever. But if there's stumps, that's our job. So I don't know, this company, I believe this might be the same company as the other two jobs. They get a lot of iron lying around. There's another pile over here. Yeah, this has got the shear. This little machine has a shear on it, so that's what they're doing. I mean, it's not too bad. Stuff looks okay. Again, it's tough this time of year because everything is frozen. So it's hard to get all the dirt and everything out. I mean, when the stuff's nice and dry, you can more or less just shake all the shit out of these stumps. But once they get a little wet, it makes it a little hotter, and then you add the frost on top of that, everything freezing solid. But I gotta be honest, this isn't too bad. I mean, you can clearly see how some of this stuff, I mean, you get some rocks out of it, obviously. The little pile of rocks right here. I would assume those logs are going to want to go through the grinder too. And yeah, it's more stumps. A lot of big bones over here. You can really see. There's quite a few rocks on this property, but it's not our problem. So as you can tell, I mean, this place is pretty much ready to go. It's just a matter of getting the grinder over here. I think what we're going to do is go to that first site, the 14 acres, grind up that pile. They said it'll probably take a couple days, and then move the grinder over to this site and start grinding the piles over here. Alright, so this is the rest of that same site. These are this is where the majority of the stumps are. They did a pretty decent job of cleaning them all up, I gotta say. I mean, I can see some rocks kicking around here and there, but it is what it is. They're all loose, so they'll just fall out anyways. But yeah, it's kind of a mess, but it's all there. I mean, this isn't too terrible. All this stuff pretty much looks like it's ready to go. We'll see once we start digging into it, but things are just kind of scattered all over. I think this would probably be 3 days worth of grinding. Just trying to move things around, and I mean, I'm walking up this little hill right now. You know, it doesn't always make sense, but it is nice when everything's kind of consolidated to one pile. So yeah, there's that whole pile there. Goes up the hill, kind of bends over into this pile. There's another pile over here. That's all the stuff that came off. I don't know what the hell's going on over here with this pile. There's another couple piles over there. That stuff's all sheared up, ready to go. And yeah, this mess here, I'm not really sure what this is. Kind of looks like it was sheared, but there's also a lot of dirt. Crap. Looks like they threw the whole site and all the debris field and everything after they cut the trees and piled it up here. I don't know. I mean, there's some stumps clearly sheared in there too, but there's also a lot of crap. So I don't know. I don't know all the details. I literally just found out about this yesterday, this job. I told the boss I'd come check it out. He looked at it, but he asked me to come look at it. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, this pile is pretty gross, but it's funny. It's like there's some clean sections of it, but then there's a lot of just crap too. Like I was saying, it looks like they just went in and scraped up the whole site, all the shit that fell off when they were cutting trees, and just kind of put it here. So I don't know if they're planning on grinding this or not. I can tell just by looking at it. I'm not gonna probably be able to grind all of this pile. Looks a little too dirty, but then again, once I start pulling it apart, maybe it's not as bad as it looks. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Pretty sure this is solar too. But they're ready to go. They want to grind it soon, so I think we'll probably get here sometime next week or the week after. Bang this out. Probably take a few days. Be nice if it was all piled together in one pile, but it's not. It's not the end of the world. But this will be fun. So yeah, I think all told, I forget exactly what he said this was, acreage wise. Oh. So yeah, I think all told, I forget exactly what he said this was, acreage wise. I'll have to double check, but I mean, all told, I think we're looking at probably 60, 70 acres worth of stumps that we gotta grind, and they're all right around the corner from each other, so we're gonna be kind of living in this area for the next couple of months or whatever it takes. See what the weather throws at us.